St. Louis, May 6, 1914. Cardinals, clubhouse, midnight. Secret meeting, 22 players sitting in a circle. One absent, the manager. Not invited. This wasn't about baseball. This was about integration. About Jackie Robinson. About refusing to play. Team captain Terry Moore stood in the center. Voice low. Serious, determined. Show of hands. Who refuses to play against Robinson tomorrow? Hands went up. Slowly at first, then more, then most of them. 18 players. 18 Cardinals. 18 men willing to strike, to forfeit, to sacrifice their careers. Because they didn't want to share a field with a black man. Moore counted the hands, nodded. Said, "We have majority, we have power, we tell management. Either Robinson doesn't play or we don't play. Simple, clean, effective. Or so they thought. What they didn't know. Ford Frick already knew. League president, most powerful man in baseball, already received warning about the strike. Already prepared response. Already drafted letter. Letter that would arrive morning. Letter that would change everything. Letter that said, if you strike, you're done. Banned forever. To understand what happened when that letter arrived, you need to understand baseball in 1947. Cardinals weren't the first team to threaten a strike over Jackie Robinson. They were just the loudest. The most organized. The most serious. And Ford Frick was about to make an example out of them. The meeting had started at 11:30. After game, after everyone else left, Moore had organized it quietly. Word of mouth only. No paper trail. Just players. Cardinals players. Southern players mostly. Men from Texas, South, Missouri, Tennessee. Men who'd grown up in segregation. Now baseball was asking them to share a field with Jackie Robinson. Play against him. Treat him as equal. They couldn't accept it. So they decided to stop it. Refuse. Force baseball's hand. Moore laid out the plan. Tomorrow, when Dodgers arrive, we tell management. We're not playing unless Robinson is benched. Management will panic. Game canceled. League forced to respond. Either they cave or lose the game. Lose ticket sales. Lose revenue. They'll cave. They have to. Players nodded. Made sense. Had logic. Had leverage. 18 Cardinals refusing to play. Couldn't field a team without them. Cardinals had the power, or so they thought. To understand why Cardinals felt empowered, you need to understand baseball in 1947. Integration was new, controversial, unpopular among players. Branch Rickey had forced it through. One team, one player. But most of baseball opposed it. Players, managers, owners, fans, Cardinals weren't alone. Phillies had launched verbal assaults. Giants had thrown beanballs. But Cardinals were organizing, using collective action. Strike was different. Strike was powerful. If Cardinals struck and succeeded, other teams would follow. Integration would collapse. Jackie would be forced out. That was the plan. That was the hope. 18 Cardinals truly believed they could stop integration, reverse history, preserve their vision of baseball. They were wrong. May 7th. Morning, 6 a.m. Cardinals manager Eddie Dyer arrived at his office. Found envelope on his desk. Plain, white, official leak seal. Ford Frick's office. Dyer knew immediately. Knew what this was. Knew what it meant. Someone had talked. Someone had warned League. Someone had betrayed the strike. Dyer opened envelope. Pulled out letter. Single page. Typed official. Brutal. Read it once. Twice. 3 times. Each time understanding more, each time feeling more weight, each time realizing more consequences. This wasn't negotiation, wasn't discussion, wasn't compromise. This was ultimatum. Strike and die, that simple. Dyer sat down, put letter on desk, stared at it, thought about his players, thought about their meeting, thought about their plan, thought about Ford Frick's response. League president, bluffing, wasn't posturing, wasn't negotiating. He was ending the conversation, permanently. Dyer picked up phone, called his coaches, said emergency meeting now, all players, mandatory, no exceptions, then sat back, waited, knew what was coming, knew his players would be shocked, would be angry, would feel betrayed, but would have no choice. Ford Frick had just killed their strike before it started. To understand Ford Frick, you need to understand his position in 1947. League president, most powerful man in baseball. He could suspend, ban, end careers without hesitation, because Frick understood this wasn't just about baseball. This was about America, about democracy, about whether the national pastime would reflect national values. If baseball stayed segregated while America moved toward integration, baseball would be left behind, irrelevant, racist. Frick supported Ricky's plan. Now he'd make it permanent. Cardinals' strike threat gave him the opportunity. One letter, one threat, one message. Strike and face permanent consequences. Frick meant every word. 8 a.m., Cardinals clubhouse, all players present mandatory meeting. Everyone wondering why. Emergency, trade, injury? Dyer walked in. No smile, no greeting, no small talk. Held up letter. Said, "This arrived this morning. From Ford Frick, about your midnight meeting, about your strike plan, about your refusal to play against Jackie Robinson." Silence. Complete silence. Players looking at each other. How did Frick know? Who talked? Who betrayed them? Dyer continued. Doesn't matter how he knows. Matters what he says. And what he says is final. Dyer began reading. Voice steady. Clear. Unemotional. If you do this, you will be suspended from the league. You will find that the friends you think you have in the press box will not support you. That you will be outcasts. I do not care if half the league strikes. Those who do will encounter quick retribution. All will be suspended, and I do not care if it wrecks the National League for 5 years. This is the United States of America, and one citizen has as much right to play as another. Dyer stopped reading, looked at players, said Ford Frick means every word. You strike, you're finished, not suspended, not fined, banned, forever. No appeal, no second chance, no forgiveness. Your careers end today if you go through with this. Game is tonight, 7 p.m. Jackie Robinson is playing. Question is simple. Are you? Silence, long silence. Players processing, understanding, realizing. Strike was over. Before it started, Ford Frick had killed it. With letter, with threat, with truth, career or conviction, baseball or bigotry, future or failure. Choice was clear. Choice was obvious. Choice was made. Before we continue with Jackie's response to the strike that never happened, hit subscribe if you've ever seen fear defeat hatred. Drop a like if you know that sometimes the threat of consequences matters more than consequences themselves. Comment below where you're watching from. Terry Moore spoke first. Team captain, strike organizer. Said, we need to talk about this, discuss our options, figure out next move. Dyer cut him off. No discussion, Terry. No options, no next move. You play tonight or you're done. That's the only option. Moore tried again. Said, but we have rights. We have solidarity. Dyer interrupted. You have nothing. Ford Frick just told you that. You have a choice. Play or quit. Other players spoke up. What about our grievances? What about our concerns? What about tradition? Dyer's answer same every time. Doesn't matter. Frick doesn't care. League doesn't care. Integration is happening. With you or without you. Your choice. But understand, if you choose without you, you're done. Forever. No other team will touch you. No other league will accept you. You'll be marked. Blacklisted. Banned. Is that what you want? For what? For refusing to play against one player? One black player who's just trying to do his job? Worth ending your career? Worth destroying your future? Worth sacrificing everything? Players looking down, not answering. Knowing answer. Not worth it. Nothing was worth it. Strike was over. Resistance was over. That simple. That quick. That final. To understand what happened next, you need to understand the Cardinals' psychology. They'd spent weeks building themselves up, convincing themselves strike was necessary, justified, that they had power, leverage, support. Ford Frick's letter destroyed all that. In one page, one threat. Suddenly, they had nothing, no power, no leverage, just fear. Fear of being banned, fear of losing careers. Because that's what Frick's letter implied. Strike wasn't about baseball, was about race, about bigotry, about refusing equality. And Frick was making that public. Cardinals realized they'd miscalculated. Badly. Baseball was dictator to democracy. Ford Frick was dictator. His word was law. Strike today meant ban today. No trial, no appeal. Cardinals weren't willing to sacrifice careers, weren't willing to murder, so they folded completely. Immediately, May 7th evening, Sportsman's Park, St. Louis. Cardinals taking the field for warm-ups. All of them. Every player who'd threatened strike. Every player who'd said they wouldn't play against Jackie. Playing no strike, no protest. Ford Frick's letter had worked perfectly, but Cardinals were angry, resentful, humiliated, forced to back down, forced to play, forced to accept integration against their will. That anger would manifest on field. Not physical violence, too risky, but cold treatment, hostile atmosphere, making Jackie feel unwelcome. That was the plan. Only resistance left, passive aggression, silent hostility. Jackie knew about the strike threat, knew about midnight meeting, knew about Ford Frick's letter. Branch Rickey had told him. Warning, preparation, reality check. Cardinals tried to stop you from playing Jackie, tried to organize league-wide strike, tried to end integration. Ford Frick stopped them, threatened permanent bans. They're playing tonight. But they're angry, they're resentful, they're going to make it difficult. Be ready, be careful. Be excellent. Jackie listened, understood, wasn't surprised, expected resistance, expected hostility, expected hatred. Cardinals weren't first, wouldn't be last. But this felt different. This was organized. This was collective. This was 18 men united in opposition. Not just one pitcher throwing at head. Not just one manager yelling slurs. 18 Cardinals. Working together, planning together, resisting together. That's more dangerous. More intimidating. More threatening. But also more opportunity. Opportunity to prove something. 18 men couldn't stop him. Organization couldn't stop him. Collective action couldn't stop him. Nothing could stop him. Tonight would prove that. Tonight would show that. Tonight would change that innings. Jackie's first at-bat. Cardinals pitcher on mound, crowd watching, knowing. Everyone knew about strike threat. Rumors had spread. Newspapers had hinted. Radio had mentioned. Fans knew Cardinals had tried to refuse, had been forced to play. Now watching to see how Cardinals would respond. How Jackie would respond, how baseball would survive. Jackie stepped into box. Cardinals pitcher wound up first pitch. Inside, high. Not at head, but close. Message pitch, intimidation pitch, warning pitch. We're playing, but we're not happy. Jackie didn't flinch, didn't step back, didn't show fear, just watched pitch pass. Ball 1. Second pitch, outside. Ball 2. Third pitch, down middle. Fastball. Jackie swung, contact, perfect. Ball launch, deep left field, back, deeper, going, gone. Home run. Jackie Robinson home run. First inning, first at-bat. Against team that tried to ban him, against 18 players who'd threatened strike, against Cardinals who'd tried to stop integration. Home run, running slowly, deliberately, touching each base, staring straight ahead, no celebration, no emotion, just determination. Message clear. You threatened to strike. You were forced to play. Now watch me dominate. This is why you were afraid. This is what you tried to stop. This is what you cannot stop. Cardinals dugout silent, stunned. First at bat, home run. Terry Moore watching ball clear fence, thinking about midnight meeting, about strike plan, about Ford Frick's letter, about having to play, about Jackie hitting home runs off them, first inning, making them look foolish. Other players thinking same. We tried to stop this. Now he's dominating us. Now he's proving us wrong. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe strike was stupid. Maybe Jackie belongs. These thoughts didn't erase racism, didn't eliminate prejudice, but created doubt, created questions, possibility that integration might work, that Jackie might succeed, that they'd been on wrong side. Jackie's second at bat, Cardinals ahead. Now 2-1, scored 2 runs second inning, taking lead, feeling better, feeling competitive, feeling like maybe they could win this. Jackie stepped to plate, different pitcher now, reliever, fresh arm plate. First pitch, strike over plate, good pitch, honest pitch. Second pitch, ball outside. Third pitch, fastball middle in. Jackie swung, contact line drive, right center gap, ball rolling, Jackie running, fast, aggressive. Rounding first, heading second, ball reaching outfield. Throw coming, Jackie sliding, safe, double. standing on second base. Staring at Cardinals dugout, message continuing, you cannot pitch to me, cannot stop me, cannot control me. Whether you strike or play, whether you resist or accept, whether you hate or tolerate, outcome same, I perform, I dominate, I win. Cardinals understanding, slowly, painfully, reluctantly. Jackie Robinson was reality, permanent reality, undeniable reality. Had to accept it or leave baseball. Those were only options. Fifth inning. Jackie's third at bat. Cardinals still ahead. 3-2, close game. Tense game, meaningful game. Jackie at plate, runner on first. Pee Wee Reese, 2 outs, rally opportunity. Cardinals pitcher careful working corners. Trying to avoid mistake first pitch, ball, second pitch. Strike on corner, third pitch. Ball low, fourth pitch, fastball middle, mistake. Jackie swung, contact, different sound this time, deeper, fuller, more powerful, ball soaring, left field, higher, deeper, gone. 2-run home run. Jackie Robinson, second home run of game, against Cardinals, against strike threat, against resistance. Dodgers taking lead 4-3. Jackie, rounding bases, same pace, same composure, same message. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, dominating performance, against team that tried to stop him from playing. Against 18 players who'd threatened careers to keep him out, proving them wrong, spectacularly, undeniably. Permanently game ended, Dodgers won 5-3. Jackie Robinson, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 3 hits, perfect game, statement game. Not because of statistics, because of context, because of what Cardinals tried and failed. Cardinals locker room quiet, defeated. Not just on scoreboard, psychologically, historically. They tried to stop integration. Failed completely. Ford Frick stopped them with letter. Jackie destroyed them with performance. 2 forms of defeat. One immediate, one lasting. Cardinals understanding. Jackie Robinson wasn't going anywhere. Integration wasn't stopping. Baseball was changing. Forever. Ford Frick heard about Jackie's performance. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, smiled. Perfect. Cardinals try to strike. League stops them. Jackie destroys them. Message clear. Resistance is futile. Excellence is undeniable. Integration is permanent. Frick's letter became legend. Story spread through baseball, through media, through history, showing his resolve, his commitment, his willingness to sacrifice season to preserve integration. Cardinals' strike threat was test of baseball's commitment. Ford Frick passed. Jackie Robinson exceeded it. Strike threat became cautionary tale. Try to resist and lose everything. Career, credibility, dignity. Better to accept, better to compete. Cardinals learned that May 7, 1947. 18 players learned the price of resistance. They'd been on wrong side. Everyone knew it. Jackie proved it, with home runs. Years later, Terry Moore interviewed about that night. Reporter asked, "Do you regret it?" Moore's answer honest. "Yes, we were wrong. 18 of us planning to refuse, planning to preserve segregation. Ford Frick stopped us with that letter, made us face Jackie, made us watch him hit 2 home runs. Best thing that could have happened, proved everything we believed was false. Jackie was excellent, dominant. We were the problem. Our racism was the problem. What did you learn? That change is inevitable. Fighting it makes you look foolish. Better to focus on baseball. Competition. Excellence, not skin color. Jackie taught us that May 7th. Excellence transcends bigotry. That's why he won. That's why history remembers him as hero and us as cautionary tale. Cardinals' strike threat, May 1947, became turning point. Not because strike happened, because it didn't happen. Ford Frick stopped it. With letter, with threat, with willingness to sacrifice season for integration. Then Jackie buried it with performance, with home runs, with dominance. 2-part victory, one administrative, one athletic. Together they ended organized resistance. Individual players still resisted, still threw beanballs, still showed hostility. But collective action stopped. No more strike threats. No more team-wide resistance. Because Cardinals proved it didn't work. Cost too much. Achieved nothing. That became reality May 7, 1947. Day strike didn't happen. Day Ford Frick drew line. Day Jackie Robinson crossed it, with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, against team that tried to stop him. proving them wrong forever.